The wings have been drying for a few minutes, so I'm going to use the scissors to trim off the excess paper. And just make sure you don't accidentally slice through the balsa entirely. And again, if you have a little bit of excess paper, it's not a big deal. If you have a hobby knife or X-Acto knife or utility knife, you can carefully just slide it along the edge, and that will also work. Depending on whether you're right-handed or left-handed, you may want to approach it from different sides and see which works best for you. But here we have a completed wing. Trailing edge there, it's a little bit rough, but still usable. I'll go ahead and get this guy now. Next, we're going to join the wings together, and you're going to want to find something to hold up one edge of the wing about 4 inches. So look around your room or your house, and see if you can find something that's roughly 4 inches tall, and that's what we're going to use to join the wing together at the correct dihedral angle. So the two wings we're going to join together, and we want to hold one wing up about 4 inches. And looking around, I found Playfoam Pals. These guys are roughly 4 inches tall, and I'm just going to set those right here, and I'm going to prop a wing up against it like that, and the other wing will be glued to it like this. I've got a little bit of a gap there. My dihedral angle on those did not come out quite perfectly, but close enough. I can actually maybe go a little bit steeper here on my prop and have a little bit more dihedral. This much dihedral is what makes this have roll stability. When you have just a little bit of dihedral on a plane, it provides roll-yaw coupling, but it's only when you get to really extreme levels of dihedral that you get that roll stability. So that's why we have such a steep angle on this. So we'll try not to get any on the table here. If you want to put something underneath it, just to be on the safe side, we can do that. Make sure we're not gluing it to the table. And put a decent amount of glue all along the face of one rib. And this is where it's good to use a little bit more glue because we have a little bit of a gap there to fill. It doesn't quite meet perfectly. And join these two together. So I still have a little bit of a gap there. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze in just a little bit more glue into the gap here. And again, I like this glue because it dries fairly fast. While we're waiting for that to dry, we're going to go back to our fuselage here and take off our wing saddle. We're going to need to glue this onto the wing in just a moment. But in order to hold the wing saddle onto the fuselage, we should have 2 small rubber bands. And these 2 small rubber bands we're going to put onto the fuselage here. I'm going to take off our propeller and landing gear for a moment. And these aren't really tight enough as is. They're too loose, so I'm going to put them on, twist it, and double it up so that it's on there twice for each one. Roll it back a little ways, maybe about halfway down the fuselage, and put on the second one, twist it and double it up, and send this about a quarter of the way down the fuselage. Now we are ready to put the wing saddle on, and then we can put the propeller and the landing gear back onto this. And we are ready to attach the wing saddle with the wing on it. Like this. And then once the wing is on, we're just going to roll these up onto the balsa to hold it in place. So once my wing is dry, we're going to glue it to this guy, and then we're going to rubber band the whole thing on. So I'm going to pause the video again here, and then we are going to go to our final assembly once the glue here is dry.